So this is the famous Richard Rocek. There probably isn't anyone within the resistance who hasn't heard about you.
What? How? I'm famous? Why?
You really don't know? Why, we wouldn't have known that Andorra's planning something if you hadn't told us. And now we know even more than the state. Furthermore, you take orders from the most feared agent of the state intelligence. And you're still alive. That's respectable.
But Andrea has helped me a lot with all that.
Don't be so modest, Richard. It's all true. Although I told you what to do, in the end, it was you who did all the work.
All right, but enough of the praise. While we're here, maybe we should get down to business, don't you think?
Absolutely. So, to the point. We know Andorra has found a way to overthrow the state. But what we don't know is how it plans to do it, and for what it needs the radium secretly mined in Prague. All clues point to the Andorra headquarters where all the orders came. We will find answers there.
So we should go and look there, shouldn't we?
But it won't be so easy.
The Andorra headquarters are extremely well secured. No one has ever infiltrated inside.
There must be a way. What buildings are those Andorra headquarters in anyway?
It's the seat of the company's topmost management and the biggest building in the whole of Brazil. It's designed with 3 towers, connected in the first third of their height by a helicopter landing pad. There are only 2 ways to get inside the complex: to go through the main gate or to land on a landing pad.
And I think I'm right to say that both of these 2 ways are out of the question. What about trying to get through security personnel? They're the only men after all, so we may be able to persuade them somehow.
The problem is that they're not men. Security is handled completely by special types of androids.
It's impossible to get through them. Not only are they armed to the teeth, but also their intelligence is quite high.
But I have...
No, Richard, you can't simply paralyze them.
Wouldn't it be possible to infiltrate among the employees?
All the employees are carefully chosen from other Andorra facilities. They never engage anyone from outside the company. And those lucky men, if I may call them so, then work and live inside the complex. They never go outside. Absolutely all of them stay there until their death. Or until they commit suicide. It's unbelievable. But Andorra has its own cemetery.
I couldn't believe it too, but then I saw copies of the employee listings. The people really work there, even on their deathbed.
You have the listings of their employees? Can I see them?
We had to destroy them during the last police roundup. But ask away. I remember almost every word of them.
And what do they contain?
Only the identification number of the employees and their status. Active, dead, or dismissed. They weren't too detailed.
Dismissed? I thought all employees worked there until their death.
Yes, with 2 exceptions. We already checked them, but in vain. The first is probably already dead or missing, and the other is someone named Pedro Parentes.
Where does this Pedro Parentes live? I'll go and have a talk with him.
It's no use. And after his dismissal, they took away his card, and since then he has been living away from people and has almost never spoken.
Right. I'll try to cook something up.
Go. Andre and I will try to search blueprints and documentation for some other feasible way.
You haven't gone too far, Andy.
Hit me if you wish. I don't care anymore.
Sorry I was so rough, but there's no other way. No Name has got you in his grip.
Shut up! Damn! I don't have to listen to that. You don't know what happened. You pretend that you're a rebel, big time. But the fact is you've only been with the Resistance for less than a week. I've changed, and I wanted to help you, really. Don't patronize me by asking me to prove it.
Andy.
Good luck.
So this is what living away from people means.
Hey, you! What are you doing here?
I'd like to speak with you. I think you could help us a lot.
I don't care for any visits, and I won't help anyone. Get out of here!
But... Must be nice to cook on such a stove. May I interrupt you?
Sure, what do you need?
Or have you come up with something already? We haven't found any possible way yet.
Parentes doesn't want to speak with anybody. We'll have to find another way of getting information from him.
I told you he won't cooperate. We've tried to speak with him several times already.
I need to know more about him.
It may be possible. I found something here. I'll send it to your PDA as an article. It's his brief curriculum from Andora's records.
Thanks. Hopefully it'll help. I should go. I'll inform you if... Excuse me.
Didn't you understand me? I don't want any visits. Go away.
Wait, please. I only need a bit of your time, and you've got plenty of it. I've read about what happened to your family. I have a similar history, except that I don't even have a brother who survived.
What can you possibly know about my brother and about me? Mind your own business and get out of here.
May I?
Sure.
Or have you come...
At last, I may have a way of getting Parentes to talk. When I spoke to him, I mentioned his brother, and he immediately hit the ceiling.
He has a brother.
Yes, his curriculum mentions him. They both worked in Andorra.
That's impossible. There weren't any two identical names in the employee listings. We surely would have noticed.
That's odd. According to the records I read, they were both hired in the same year.
If he really worked there, and he's not in the listings, then Andorra probably didn't want anybody to know he was ever there.
It seems so, but why would they do that?
Those records are available to the police. Maybe they just needed to cover something up. But if I know Andorra well, they left some records stored all the same.
We may try to find his file using his name.
Richard? Do you know his brother's name?
Raul Parentes, at least according to the curriculum.
That could be our clue.
Parentes Raul. It may take some time. The software has to search in the names of all the files. It seems it's found something, but it's encrypted, the same as the disk from the Colleen laboratory. You have the decoder in your PDA. I uploaded it there just to be sure, so the file will show you.
I'll read it through and try to persuade Pedro to help us. I feel he knows something that will be useful to us. I should tell Andrea and the commander what I found in the file before I managed to find out about Pedro Parentes' brother.
So tell us.
He was spying for the state police, and Andorra discovered him. They eliminated him and fired Pedro just to be sure.
That's really rough. Do you think Pedro knows all that?
Certainly not. They probably fired him, took his card, and didn't say a word in explanation. That's exactly the way they treat people.
So that's why he doesn't want to speak with anybody. It's no surprise.
At any rate, I'm going to tell him now. Maybe the truth will persuade him to help us. I should go.
It seems you don't really understand me, son. I've got nothing to say to you. Get lost!
Well, maybe you don't have anything to say to me, but I have something to tell you. I found out about what happened to your brother. I know he worked with you at Endora.
So? What about it?
And I also know he was a member of the state police, and that Endora made him disappear.
What? Where did you get this information?
We did some searching in the internal database of Endora. Is it just my impression, or doesn't this surprise you at all?
It's been a long time. There's no point in opening old wounds.
You used to work in the Endora headquarters here, and I need some detailed information on the facility.
Why don't you buy a brochure?
So you knew that Raoul was a state police spy? Wait a minute. You must have known because you were an agent too.
What the... Who the hell are you, and what do you want from me?
I'm Richard Rocek, and I'm with the Resistance. We'd like to ask you to help us.
The Resistance?
What's so funny?
Nothing. It's just that I've been dreaming of revenge and looking for the Resistance for the past 4 years. In vain. And now that I've almost given up, you come to me.
So what really happened to you and your brother?
Well, I wanted to let it be, but... oh well. Me and my brother joined the state police almost immediately after the Great War, and we gradually worked our way up to becoming agents. Our task was to observe Endora, and I decided to infiltrate it. My brother was helping me from outside. When the World Headquarters was founded in '35 and nobody knew its purpose, I received an order to get more information. Raoul got a job in a division I was in charge of. We were the first relatives to work there. For some reason, they didn't like it. When my brother discovered something big and top secret, he called me. He was totally out of his mind, and the call was detected by security. They didn't know he was talking to me, so they only took him and made him disappear. They didn't have anything on me, but they still kicked me out. For 4 long years, I've been planning my revenge, to avenge my brother's death at the hands of Endora, and to punish the state, who turned its back on me. They couldn't risk a scandal, so they wrote both of us off. There was an agent who decided it. They said he had no name. When we were joining the state police, we thought we were doing the right thing. Now I know how wrong we were.
I don't know what to say. I don't want to say that I understand, so I'd rather not say anything. Since you used to work for Endora, you certainly know all the possible entrances. We need to know where they are.
Yeah, I know the entrances.
And where are they? The only entrances we know of are the main gate and the landing spot.
Exactly. And that's it. Those are all the entrances there are.
Look, I will tell you about our situation. We know that Endora is up to something, and we know it's going to have global consequences. We have to find out what it is, and at least get ready for it.
And, how can I help you?
We need to find a way into Endora's world headquarters. There must be one.
I don't know. I can't think of anything.
Pedro, please, think about it. I promise, Endora and the agent with no name will pay for what they've done to you. And me, too.
Do you know the agent?
Yes. He killed my parents and my brother when I was little. And unfortunately, recently I came across him again. By now he's probably on his way here to finish what he didn't manage then.
Maybe
what?
Maybe there is a way to get in. I used to test a teleportation project in Endora, but I don't know if the teleport is still in working order. It has never been officially used. It was supposed to be a means of emergency entrance if, for some reason, the main gate couldn't be used.
Excellent! That's exactly what we're looking for.
Wait, the thing is, even if it worked, it's only one way, and you can't take anything electronic with you. It'd be destroyed by the teleportation.
Never mind, it's a possibility. Where is the teleport?
Here we are. As far as I can remember, the teleport entrance is in this house. But the entrance is blocked. It's been a long time. Maybe it's not even working anymore.
I think we should try to find out. There's a concrete block in the way, and it's too heavy to move. A concrete block is blocking the end. Could you help me here?
It's the only way inside, so we're gonna have to try it. Okay, let's see if it's still working. Good. My idea is still working here. Now it's up to you. I'd rather not get mixed up in this anymore. The teleport is turned on by a strong electromagnetic impulse. And don't forget that teleportation will destroy all the electronics, and that you're gonna have to find a way to return because it can only teleport you one way.
I'll keep it in mind. Thanks for your help.
You're welcome. And don't forget what you promised.
Don't worry. I'll do everything I can to make Endora and the agents suffer. I found a way into the Endora headquarters.
What?
Pedro decided to help us in the end. He was with the state police, as well as his brother. But they never found out about him. They left them both behind. The state washed its hands.
So there's another fellow let down by the state. I guess he's not the only one.
Yeah. And you wouldn't believe who was in charge of their case. No Name.
Oh my god! That bastard's behind everything!
Not everything, Andrea. But it makes sense. He's been watching Endora for a very long time. Pedro and Raul aren't the first, or the last, to pay for getting in his way. But I swear I'll avenge all his innocent victims. No Name is going to pay for everything he's done to us.
Okay, these are very pretty words, but you haven't yet told us how you're going to get into Endora.
I'm going to use the project Pedro was testing when he was working there. It was a teleportation system for emergency access to the facility. Pedro was able to activate it even after all these years.
Excellent. What's the catch?
There's more than one catch. The teleportation system is turned on by a strong electromagnetic impulse which destroys all the electronics. But more importantly, there's no way to return. The teleport will get you inside the building, but not out.
Okay, this is great. So even if you manage to make the teleportation device work, you won't be able to return and you can't take any weapons or equipment with you. Is this the best you can come up with?
Well, we don't know of any other way, so let's work with it rather than picking holes in it. So, first we have to find a source of a strong electromagnetic impulse which can be easily carried from place to place. Let's go.
I should go. Maybe I could turn it on with the EMP. Nah, this pulse isn't strong enough. Have you found a source?
Well, we're still looking. There aren't too many of those devices which can be carried around in your pocket.
I was thinking, maybe I could use my EMP gun as a source of the impulse.
Richard, you're a genius!
I don't know, I tried it before and it didn't work.
Of course not, because there's a restrictor in the EMP gun. But if we take it out, the impulses will be much stronger. I mean, its impulse. You'll only have one shot, because then the gun will discharge.
Never mind, one shot is better than none. Do what you need to do.
I'll just disconnect this. Here we go. Watch out for the trigger. You could hurt yourself. And watch out for yourself. Return in one piece.
So you really mean it, huh? I was thinking of a way to return. Since you can't use the teleport and you can't get past the gate alive, you're going to need another way. There must be a technological warehouse in the main building, and you should be able to find something you can fly through the air on in there. So when you found it, simply jump out of the window. They will probably be after you, but you can easily shake them off in the streets of the old town. It's rather risky, but it's probably the only option you have. Good luck.
Thanks to both of you. I'll try not to let you down. So, let's go.